Let me go live on YouTube before I forget. My back hurts, bro. Oh, no push-ups. I will actually not do them. I'm actually in pain. Oh. I've heard the same about the show. It's so weird. It had moments where it was okay, and then it had moments where I'm like, why? I think it was the same actor that also, around the same time, played in the show for... Wait, no, never mind. Where's that actor from? In the first movie. Why does he remind me of someone? Who is this guy? Altered Carbon actor. Joel Kinnaman. Oh, he played in RoboCop. That's what it was. And Suicide Squad. Right. Right. A bit of a weird show. Oh. By the way, I was eating a tiny chocolatine. Which, it tastes like ass, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. What's next? For these little furry friends, who are not really friends, but actually foes. You need back support? Maybe some exercise for your back? I think the problem is I just need to do exercise, period. That's the real problem. I just need to do exercise, period. Wow! Sat on bad chairs and it was hell? No, I think it's my mattress. My mattress has been causing many problems. But this Herman Miller is fine. The Herman Miller is fine. I feel like the Herman Miller has actually kind of helped. But yeah, the mattress, not good. Why am I getting a server call that's 5,000 constantly? Is there a rat just attacking itself? Why am I seeing this call? I'm so confused. Is it the Steam? Not the Steam. Where the hell fuck I am? Why am I getting 5,000? Something is you. You could sleep while levitating like vampires. Ah, yes, the solution. Figure out levitation. I literally don't know what that call is, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the rats. It's this one. He just keeps running into the... Oh, he's dead. He literally, he's just dead. He's just dead. He kept running into the furnace door, and that kept damaging him. And it kept calling the call. We should change that. I should probably get... Oh, the lights are out. I should probably change that. What's the next step of this video game? Like, I've been asking myself the question, like, yeah, we can add all these, like, tasks and stuff, but, like, Like the rats and shit, but like... I feel like some... Obviously the monsters, pretty important, but some higher entity I feel like is missing. Yes, I know the monsters. I gotta put the monsters in the game. I understand. I need to do that. Yeah, that probably would be a good idea. Oh, my back. Fight the boss rat. The Rat King. The infamous Rat King. Add a ghost that steals from you? Like, are the monsters really the big missing piece of this entire game right now? I guess it is. I guess the monsters are the big missing piece of the game. I guess if you were to have Lethal Company and remove all the monsters, it would just feel like nothing. Right? I guess that is... We also have to do the train carriages. That part's pretty shit. Like... Yeah. We do have to do all of the cabins. We have to make some actual proper cabins. And make them a little bit more modular, because right now they all work off of like one static mesh, which is not good. Not very good. Not very good at all. I also don't like the look of the train, man. Something's still bugging me about the look of the train. I think it's just missing variety in color. A big variety in color would help a lot. You know what I mean? Variety in color would probably help a lot. Needs more rats. I was thinking, I really like these old heaters. Maybe we put a couple of those around. Put one here. Maybe some random paneling in the walls and shit could be good too. Something to break it all up. Have you thought about making it look more like a train? Yeah, well, no. Yeah, well, no. Yes and no. Add a steering wheel to entertain your idiot friend. It doesn't even do anything. It's just there. We do need to put the control center at the front, but I'm more so worried about like the side walls right now. It's like feeling really bland. You guys know what I mean? It's feeling super bland. I was thinking of doing some like emissive lights, but then we have to bake the lighting. So then I was thinking, okay, maybe I do like a decal that looks like lighting, but it's not actually lighting. It's like a fake lighting. A fake decal lighting. But is that expensive? How expensive is a decal? I'm pretty sure a decal is... How expensive are decals? I found that I lost about 1 FPS for every 200 decals being rendered. $3.50? That's not too bad. Per decal, though? That's crazy. Can I get a package deal? Can I get a bulk deal? Okay. I need to make a... We could use the emissive light mask here. And then somehow cut half of it off. I'm sure I can figure out a material to cut off half of it, right? M_fake a light decal. Let's see if we can let's see if we can come up with something real fancy here, huh? So we'll do a deferred decal. We'll do alpha, okay, so translucent, alpha composite, or modulate. One of these is cheaper than all of the others. For now, let's just do translucent. And then we'll do an emissive color. This will be our emissive thingy. Let's come up with like a nice warm color. Okay. It's missing the corporate branding, like color lines / accents along the walls. Maybe, like we do have to put like, we do have to put like posters and shit on the walls. So like that could probably help for sure. We also got to get the employee manual in here somewhere. Probably in 2 spots, one at the front, one in the back. Aren't there point lights in Unreal? We can bake the lighting, but I would prefer not baking any lighting in the project. But we might have to. Like, yeah, we might have to. Because ideally, when the electricity goes out, we make all of the electricity go out, right? So, like, all of the electrical lights. You can't do that with big lighting, unfortunately. We can't just, like, turn off lights. I wish I could find a way to, like, multiply a light map, but I don't know how to. I'm too stupid. Too dumb. I'm too shit. So the opacity, I want to use that texture back. My back. And then I want to use a texture coordinate. And I want to use the green value. And then how do I bring this black value down to the half point? Can you bake multiple light maps like in Unity? Bake multiple light maps? What do you mean by multiple? What doth thy meaneth by such, yes. Is there a way that I can take... What if I subtract a value? What if I subtract... and then saturate? I actually don't know how to take this gradient value. I know there's a specific thing that can make it so we can bring it to this halfway point. I don't remember what can bring it to that halfway point. There is a way of doing it. I've seen people do it. I've done it before. I forget how I did it though. I don't think it's a value step. Like, I don't think it's step. Maybe it's step. Let's see. Kind of, but not really. You can bake lights off and lights on, map and blend / switch between them. I have no idea if you can do that in Unreal. I've never seen that before. Well, that's not true. You can make 2 different lighting situations. So you could, in theory, do that, but I don't know what the memory cost would be. You can technically, yes, you actually can technically do that. There are lighting scenarios that are like sub-levels or something, but yeah, I guess you could technically, in theory, do that. Yeah. You could switch out the lighting scenario. I just don't know how... That could get pretty gnarly, handling all those different levels. Because in Unreal, I think you handle them through separate levels. Pointless like in Unity, you could do them individually baked or real time. In here, you can set them to movable or stationary, but you still have to bake them. Like you still have to like build the lighting for them. I don't think it like suddenly becomes static. Like you actually have to build it. How do you shift or move a gradient? I swear there's an easy way of like moving a gradient. But I don't. Man, I am so bad at. Wait, hold on. I think I found the solution. Hold on. Subtract by 0.5. So that brings it halfway, but then it's not a 0 to 1 value anymore. I'm not sure what this math is doing. And then multiply? All right. Pretty sure only static lights, baked lighting data on Geo and movable can be turned on off dynamically runtime, unless I'm missing what you're saying. I don't know how it works in Unity, so I have no idea. A linear gradient node? Linear gradient node is the same as just ripping out from the texture coordinate. Essentially the same. Like, I'm actually pretty sure if you whip this out, it's literally just the texture coordinate broken into two values. Well, take a look. It's literally this. My body! Oh, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. My back hurts. I'm in pain. But yeah, curses. I think the only way I can think of swapping out static lighting is with lighting scenarios. Whoa, what's with the fucking compression, man? What's with the compression, man? Whatever. By the way, I don't think this has a smooth mask. But let's see what it looks like. Fake light decal, test number 1. Yep, the edges are not. Ah, shit. I could instead get the radial gradient, but how expensive is this? You know what? Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Honestly, for just a circle, whatever, just fucking hook it up for now. Whatever, hook it up for now. I think I want the density to be 1. That should allow it to be softer. It almost actually kind of needs more of a cone kind of look. We need kind of a cone look. Honestly, this probably would just be better to just make a texture for it. This is gonna be a headache. Also, like, how is this actually gonna look, like, realistically? Is it worth making a fake decal for this? Or should we just build lighting somehow? I think it just somehow needs to, yeah. Okay, here's the idea. Stop whatever I'm doing, open up Affinity. My least favorite software on my computer right now. I do not like this. I need to go back to Photoshop. I know. Sue me. Well, don't, actually. I would prefer you not to, but... Too late, the lure is already contacted? No! You can't do this to me. What am I to do? Okay, so we want this to be kind of like a cone. Feels weird to cheap out on 20 lights when Unreal boasts a screens market scene with hundreds live. Blah, blah, blah. Well, they're using megalights and all this other shit, which has a huge upfront cost. Which, to be honest, I don't really care for at all. Could I somehow take this, bring it to the top, and then manipulate it to be more like a cone? How do I... Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I could do this in Affinity. I fucking hate Affinity, man. Dude, I hate this. I hate this so much. What if I take a triangle? Oh, I have an idea. What if I take a shape? Like a triangle. Okay. We make a triangle real quick. We make a triangle and then we rasterize it. And then we blur it. Let's just bring it in the center. Sometimes I do have some good ideas, huh? I know. Sometimes I really do have some really good ideas. All right, and then in here, then we can do some a little bit like this. Gradient. This could be a multiply. The only thing I'm not really happy about is just how, like, I think we need another version. Can I take this and instead of a multiply, we make it like a brighten? What's the opposite of multiply? You're going to say divide, you know, whatever. Yeah, whatever, smart ass. I just want to brighten the top. Okay. Overlay might work. Overlay might do the trick. Let's take the gradient here and let's extend the black value down a little bit. Okay, let's try this out. This could be our fake spotlight. Ideally, we'd probably want it to be more cone-like. Like at the top here. So maybe we do a little bit of something like this. All right. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah. I don't know. Fake light decal 01. All right. Close this. Don't care. Yeah, I'm that chaotic. I don't even keep the original. Textures, fake light decal, put you in. Let's make them just grayscale. Otherwise, we're going to have all of this ugly stuff going on. So let's do grayscale. There we go. That made it a little nicer looking. And then just slap that in the opacity. Okay. Well, it's a cool idea. You know, it's a cool idea if it worked. Like, it's a cool idea if it works. The cone needs to be more, well, cone. Yeah. Rahal? I've been wondering, is it worth it being a game dev YouTuber in 2026? How hard is it to manage and grow from it? I don't know. I'm not a game dev YouTuber. I would recommend anybody getting into game dev to start a YouTube channel and just post on it, because then at least you start building a little bit of a following, which always helps you when you know, market your game and stuff like that. But being a game dev YouTuber, in the sense where you are a YouTuber first, a game dev second, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know, because I've never really done that necessarily, I guess. So I do think you'll probably find more success trying to be a game dev YouTuber. You'll probably find more success in doing that. I gotta open Affinity again. Here I go being stupid. You'll probably find more success doing that on YouTube, like versus being a gaming YouTuber, if you know what I mean. You'll probably find more success trying to do it in game dev than trying to be a gaming YouTuber. That's for sure, I think. I think I could say that pretty confidently. Just because how difficult it is to get into that space. Let's see how that would look. I don't like. I don't know what you mean by worth it, right? I think that heavily depends on your situation. You know what I mean? I think that that's also very important to account for, is like how valuable is your time and stuff like that, you know? I think that's a pretty important factor to think about. See, like, that's kind of cool looking-ish. It's obviously not a real light. Like, let's try placing them across all of these little thingies. And then the nice thing is, because it's just a decal, we could always, when the light goes off, we could always just turn off the light, or turn off the intensity in here. Did this not fade? Set fade duration start delay to 0 to make persistent. Only fades in active simulation or game. Oh, wait. So I literally can't even see if it's going to fade in or out? Well, that's... Oh, it would appear this entire time I've only edited one of them. Whoopsies. It just... Is it the fade duration? Oh, to fade out. Yeah, 0.1, a little bit small. What if we try 0.03? What about 0.05? Thoughts? Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of a stupid effect, but it kind of works. It doesn't apply on the player, but either way, if this were to be static lighting, it wouldn't apply on the player anyways, so... Maybe it's an idea that could actually work. I don't know. Why not? I do think the intensity is still not fading as much as I'd like. And it also doesn't look great. I'll be honest. It don't look too good. I'm curious if maybe the other effects in here, rather than just using translucent, how that could look in our scene. What if we make this red, though? You know, what if we change up some of the colors? What if we say fuck it and we're like, hey, let's add a bit of color to this scene? What if we do red? No. How about blue? I don't think this should be the thing that adds color to the scene. But I do think we could do a warmish kind of color that we've been doing. I think that looks good. I think something else should add color to the walls. It's nice though, don't get me wrong, that looks nice. I do think we need the intensity to be a little bit higher up. Now do volumetric lights and dust particles to see the difference. Like obviously volumetric, like actual lights would look a lot better. Don't use static, use movable / dynamic point type lights. Shouldn't be expensive shadow casting off. Like we can use spotlights, but like this scene is already bad as is from a light complexity standpoint. If I add tiny ass lights in here, like it's already bad enough in here. I'm trying to figure out how to get this to not be horrendous. So by using decals, it does help a little bit. I don't know if they appear in shader complexity though. Or if any of my scene is going to appear in shader complexity. Weird. Okay, suddenly none of my scene wants to appear. Oh, that's good. Just a classic Unreal Engine day, you know, just a classic. What's different about the walls, huh? What's so different about the walls? Yeah, the problem is like, even if it's non-shadow casting, it's a bit expensive. It's a little bit expensive. I gotta open up this blend file though, because we gotta put the lights back in. What's causing light complexity now? A variety of things. One, we have a point light that is non-shadow casting already, providing a kind of an ambient light. So if we don't have that there, and it's just the spotlight, yeah, it'd be less complexity, but obviously, as you can tell, we have much less light. So I'm already kind of using some shadow casting tricks. Specularity is lower, stuff like that. So, yeah. Kind of sad when Unreal used to run on PS2s back in the day. Well, at the time, PS2s was using probably UE... I don't even think UE3 or UDK. Maybe it was UDK? No, I feel like UDK was PS3 days. I feel like PS2 had to be like an older thing. I could be wrong though. But again, they were probably using static built lighting for everything as well. Like the types of games that were on PS2, it was not like heavy dynamic lighting, you know what I mean? Like we have to also consider that part is the types of games that were being made. So I need the orange light, but I don't have another emissive. Let's just do emissive 2. We'll just call it emissive 2. Do I have an emissive 2? That's okay, we can make emissive 2. UE2 plus modified version of the editor, or lower if it hadn't made the jump. Yeah. But I can imagine at the time it was very different style of games. And a lot more technical trickery. You know what I mean? Like, a lot more technical trickery. I haven't re-imported this train in a while. I hope I didn't break anything. You adapt. I have no idea why the scene suddenly got a lot brighter. Oh, there we go. We're fine. Those should be empty materials, so we should be able to hook them up. In emissive 2. That is like a really yellow emissive light. Let's do this one. Again, really not the color I want. I think the thing with this emissive light, though, is... Well, for one, we need to put a custom primitive data on this. And 2, I think it needs to be UV unwrapped. I think this is the one, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I like it. The problem now is that we have to... There's some stuff. Broke my phone today, so good day overall. Just shattered that motherfucker. Bro, I shattered my back. Oh, I didn't shatter it, but my back hurts right now. Okay, I like these lights. Have I used Baked GI? I tested Baked GI a few times. The only problem is that you cannot... Unless maybe we toy around with the light scenario stuff. You cannot, like, turn off the lights. We could maybe somehow fuck around with the lighting scenarios. But... yeah. I think that's the top. Oh, yeah. I think I might have to inverse this, but let's just see. Inverse. The problem still stands that it's like not brighter at the top. Do I have Affinity open? No, I keep closing it like a fucking doofus. I'm so stupid. I'm making a tool for Unity that stores baked light maps to prefab, so when placed in scenes, they keep the light maps even when the map is randomly generated. So I found out that you actually can do that with level instances, because our trains are all level instances. I found out you could do that, but then, you know, I was looking into it and I was like, you lose out on certain global illumination features, unfortunately, and you can't really turn off the baked lighting unless there's a way of doing them with light scenarios. Right? But I don't know how to do that. So we could try fucking around with it. So let's go main engine real quick. But then we have to create another level in here. So I think it would be, let me actually search up how a lighting scenario actually is done. UE5 lighting scenario. How do you... Using pre-computed lighting scenarios. So like you can use lighting scenarios to do like a daytime then a nighttime. But then you have to do it through a different level. Whatnot. Also, I don't know if I turned off baked lighting. No, I don't think I did because I've seen the light map stuff come up. I think this level, though, for some reason, the baked lighting breaks for this specific... the engine. I don't know why. I have to figure it out. I think it's because it's placed in the scene. So maybe we just bake it here. Let's go back here. Turn off the station real quick. Can I add a level to this? So let me double check. How does this work? Only one lighting scenario level should be visible at any time in a game. It's just not worth it, man. Getting all this stuff to like work and then make it work with all the other trains. Like there's no easy way for me to turn on and off light maps. Toggle light map visibility. I don't think there's a built-in way to do it. I think faking the lighting and stuff is the only way, and then using dynamic lights. I think that's like the only way we could actually do this. Let me reopen this, and we're gonna adjust this one final time because I feel like it's not very bright at the top, and I kind of want it to be bright at the top. So let's see if we can maybe do a little something like that. Soft light is the only one, but it creates like really gnarly artifacts. I guess overlay is one way of doing it. Ah! Although that could be kind of cool, but we need a different brush. Sure. Let's see how that looks. Let me keep this open though. Let me stop closing it like a doofus. All right, there we go. It's starting to look like a fake spotlight. No, who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. Maybe you need to add an emissive card to the actual underside of the light. Oh, fuck. Should I do that instead of a decal? We're gonna know? What are you gonna do? Tell the internet? Is the low bit depth intended? Well, we have a Well, for one, the screen percentage is supposed to be lower. But there's also posterization, so... I think it's okay. It matches kind of the art style. It lights up in the dark areas, too. Obviously, I wouldn't want it to be this posterized, but... Unfortunately, we take what we can get. I don't want to make it too high res. Like, what if I decrease the texture size? So this is 64 versus 256. It honestly does not look like that much of a difference. I honestly think we could just make this 64 by 64. We could also make it a plane. Would we want to do a mix of decal and a plane? The problem with the plane, though, is that we would have to... Yeah, the problem with the plane is it would have to be transparent. Or we can make it masked. We could use like a masked effect. This is going to get pretty gnarly pretty quickly. Yeah, I feel like it looks fine. It also adds a bit of life to the walls, but the problem is when the power goes out, we now have to manage those elements. Let me see if I can get the light to go out. Yeah, so... we just have to make these lights go out now. Dude, stop it. I'm gonna increase the cooldown on this. It's pissing me off. You're really making me mad. You're making me really mad. What's your cooldown? 5 seconds? Wrong. 60. So yeah, now we just have to turn off the lights on the walls. That would be the next step. Either that, or maybe we make them red. Yeah, I was thinking like red could be kind of cool when the power goes out. It could be pretty sick. Look at the fucking rat spinning around. Oh, my back! Oh, laughing hurts. Laughing is pain. Red could look kind of cool. Oh, look at you doing your stupid... Yeah, red could be pretty sick. But then we have to somehow code that in. Oof, my back. Oof, yo. Owie. If I remember correctly, the train engine is its own blueprint, right? Yes. I actually could... No, I can't. I don't remember how our electrical system works. I'd have to look that up. There's a heap. How's it going? Anyways, the fake lights are kind of cool. It would be neat having a little bit of like an effect coming out of it. Do I have a cone? I got a cone. Can I can I put a decal on it? What you, what you doing? Yeah, that's kind of weird looking. Oh, my back, dude. Keep the cone as is. We need a cone with the bottom ripped off. Like, that could be cool. The problem is, it's translucent. Oh, my back, my back. Oh, my back. Dude, oh, this is so unlucky. What happened? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Okay, so let's try, so instead of translucent, we could try alpha composite. Looks the same. I honestly don't know why the shader complexity isn't working, by the way. You're probably wondering, why is that working? I don't know. I literally don't. I have no idea. I don't know. I just work here. I don't know why the walls aren't working. Something's not right with the walls. I hurt my back while training. I literally don't know what I did. We could try modulate. I don't know which one's cheapest. Modulate, alpha composite. I think alpha composite is pretty cheap. Thing is, it still has all these other things that I don't really need. Dude, I'm hearing like a really high-pitched noise, and it's really like... I don't know if it's like my upstairs neighbor or some shit, but holy fuck, it's pissing me off. Maybe I got rats. I got rats on my walls. Oh, my back. My back. My back. No, I literally don't know what that is. I don't know if it's my computer. No. Oh, my back. Owie. Well, I'll be right back. Oh, I found the source of the noise. I think. So. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it like that for the lights. That's fine. Was it rats? Yes, it was rats. It was indeed, actually. They've been taken care of, I think. So now we just need to make it so the decals are turned off when the energy goes off, and then we also need to set the cabin's electricity to off. I believe that's all directed from the cabin manager. Yep, it reads all of the electronic actors, which is of type BP electronic actor. Very good. Can a decal contain custom primitive data values? No, but it does have a decal color node. Oh, I do like the look of that. But does it really not have custom primitive data? Well, I guess that's fine. That's pretty shit though, I'm not gonna lie. Custom primitive data for a decal could be quite useful. But we do have decal color. And that is just as fine. We can take the alpha value, multiply that into our opacity. When is generally the point for you to settle on an art style for your game? Honestly, I don't even know. I just go with the flow. You know what I mean? I don't know what the art style is. I'm just kind of throwing things together and then seeing if it works. And then we'll just like work on it as we go. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely don't know. Okay, so now we have decal color. I should hopefully be able to set that somewhere. When was the point in Suitfire? Dude, I honestly don't even know what Suitfire's art style is. It kind of went into like a stylized comic booky kind of direction, and then I was like, okay, you know, let's try to do that. I honestly just try stuff and experiment, and then I try to make it as cohesive as I can. It's not the most cohesive ever, because there's some marketplace assets in there that I'm not like, you know, it was just too much to do, so I wasn't able to make everything feel super cohesive, but I'm not 100% like, I think I've stepped further away from being an artist first, I guess. Something you have to decide for further work. Yeah, I know for sure I kind of want to lean in a lower poly direction, so I might end up removing some of these bevels, to be honest, because I do think we might want to lean into kind of low poly-esque style, so then it's a little bit easier to make the monsters. Kind of going in a direction of like Lethal Company / Repo, that kind of art style will most likely be the realm of where we go. Please tell me I can set a decal color from here. Yes. Yes. Okay. Get decal color. Cool. That's a structure. I should be able to just rip it out. Do you have any idea why the light function settings wouldn't be showing on the directional lights? It's driving me crazy. The light function settings. On a directional light? I don't think a directional light ever had. I don't think it ever had a light function setting before. Did it not? I know spotlights do. Let me see. Oh, yeah, the cloud stuff. Yeah, okay. I have it. It could be your project settings, potentially. I don't know. I'm in 5.6 though, so that could be a problem. If you're in 5.7. It could potentially be the project settings. Something in the project settings might be disabling it. Like, I don't know if there's maybe something in here for light functions that could potentially disable it. 6.7? You will be paying with your life for saying that. Let's add a tag here called fake light. So now on top of the electronic actors, let's make a category called to electronics. I'm going to add another thing in here called fake light decals, which is a decal component, an array. Now, we need to gather relevant actors. Decal component. What's on my agenda for today? Bunch of random stuff. Right now we're doing these lights on the walls. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. We just wanted a random tangent. I think we might work on the separate train carriages, because right now we don't really have any proper carriages, so we're kind of just doing a little bit of model stuff, train stuff. I think that's probably what I'd like to do today. Because on our proof of concept list, we need to have at least 8 train carriage variants. And so far we only really kind of have one that's like not even finished at all. I want to put a bathroom in it, or like a toilet, like a public toilet area for it. I think that'd be kind of cool. So that way we have a toilet task in at least one of our train carriages. But we need to remodel it so it's a little bit more modular, because right now it is not modular, which is ass. The entire structure of making the trains, every train is its own mesh, which, as you can imagine, is absolute hell to manage. So I would like to make this more modular. Like, the window is its own piece, the wall is its own piece, and then that way we can do some stuff there. My only worry about doing a modular workflow for all the walls and stuff, big concern, is the absolutely god-awful new GPU occlusion that they have. Which is like one frame behind everything. So when you walk into a train, you're probably going to see the walls appear like one frame late, which fucking sucks. I don't know who came up with this shit. It is the absolute worst. Apparently there's a CPU occlusion plugin, or various ones. Some of them require you to use components on everything that requires the occlusion, which is insanity. I think there's one where it's like an engine modification, but I think what I want Unreal Engine to do is very different from what Epic Games is trying to make Unreal Engine do. You know what I mean? I think there's a bit of a clash between what I want Unreal Engine to do versus what Epic Games is doing. Adjust their bounds. Adjusting their bounds would help, but of course, obviously not ideal, right? It's not ideal unless there's a setting in here for the occlusion to automatically adjust the bounds of everything or read the bounds in a different way. Too much Fortnite in the back end? Nah, man, I'm totally down for more Fortnite. I think it's just stupid decisions, in my opinion. I think it's all to facilitate for the nanite stuff, but I just don't care for that. Like, please bring back... I would actually upgrade my engine version if they brought back a setting for the CPU occlusion, but I don't think they're ever going to do that. I think they just straight up just deprecated it. I think there's like an what is it? HBZ? HZB? There's a setting for HZB occlusion, which is like a different setting. I don't 100% remember what it does, but I do remember trying to fuck around with it for the zombie game. I just remember this whole occlusion issue being a problem in... I do remember it being a problem in the zombie game. Yeah. Oh, here it is, HZB. Yeah, I might have to mess around with that stuff. You're Phoenix? But yeah, we could increase their bounds, for sure. We could definitely increase their bounds. Oh. Back. Oh, this is going to be a rough week. It's going to be a rough weekend. My back is a fucking pain, bro. Okay, so we should at least now be able to adjust. I should be able to get the decal component from this, because it is a decal actor. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then in the set electronic state, on top of doing a for each loop. Now, luckily, the fake decal lights is literally just setting a value. It doesn't have to have any sort of, you know, functionality or anything like that. So this is fine. In this case, for the actual electronic actors, some of them have functionality. Like, for example, the computer here. When the electricity goes out, this actually turns off, the light turns off, everything. So it's a little bit of a different situation. I should be able to just get the decal color, set member of alpha. There we go. Now we can fetch... The decal color is a read-only property and cannot be modified directly. Really? Why? Like, why? It has... Oh. Okay, so... I have to do it this way. I have to instead get the decal color. I have to do it this way. That's fine. Whatever. Fuck it. And then just feed the alpha into the thing. All right. There we go. Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine. So now I have to go in here. I forgot to do the thing I need to do. Edit. Go in the cabin manager. Gather relevant actors. Let me go back here. This needs to be set to visible. Gather. Gather. Oh, right. That's great. The fake light decals don't have any collision bounds. I'm actually starting to think that this should not be a decal component. This should be a decal actor. Man, changing a variable type in Blueprint, I don't know what it is in UE5, but it absolutely fucks it. Like, things go wrong. Things go really horribly wrong. I could see this working. Oh, right. This is going to get literally every single one in the world. So I have to do this as well. I believe that's what we have to do. Yep. So it checks the bounds. Now, if we do gather, we should... Did I name the tag correctly? Fake light. It's a component tag. Wait, why is it a component tag? Is there no actor tag in here? Wait, wait, what? It can only do the component tag. Oh, whatever. That's fine. At the end of the day, we can just adjust the code. It's not a problem. Okay. This time, this should work. There we go. Now we got our 6 fake light decals. Okay, all is good. All is good. So now, if the power goes out, the lights should go out. Yeah. Hello, Babu. How's it going? All right, hold on. Let's speed up time. Never mind, we don't have to. So now the only thing we need to change is that emissive. That's it. The last piece of the puzzle. The decals are there. They are, however, instantaneous, which kind of sucks. They don't like... So something that we have that's really cool is there's a timer here that randomly turns them on and off. But we can't really do that for the decals unless we put that into their code, which, you know, whatever. Ugh, whatever. Whatever, man, whatever. We could turn it into a blueprint and then give it a timer, but like it would be impactful. But for now, let's just get it working. Let's just get it working. Hello, Clogan, how's it going? I mean, that's not Clogan, that's C. Logan. I know who that is. Doesn't let me do the praying emoji? What the hell? How you doing, Mr. Logan? How are you? Oh, do my back. My back. Oh. Dude, I don't even know what I did to hurt my back. Why do you need to use get actor as a class if decals are static? This only gets done once, so it's not that big of a deal. But basically, it'll get all the decals that we want, and then it checks its bounds to make sure that it's the actual train, and then it just adds it to a list. So, doing very good. Writing a book? Oh shit. I still got to work on. I've been working on like a self-teaching guide kind of thing that people can follow. Like a self-teaching guide, but I haven't worked on it in a while for like Unreal. It's almost kind of like writing a book. Hey, where are you going? Hey, watch out, you might fall off. Hey, watch it. Hey, let me help you. Why does he fall so slowly? Oh, that hurts my back. Why does why does laughing hurt my back? Self-teaching guide for you. If you don't know how to do something, Google it. Well, it kind of helps with like directions of like what things to do. You know, the power keeps going out. Like, you know, gives you like directions of like how to learn it and stuff, you know? Okay, last thing we need to do. Yeah. He's gonna be teaching why to do it instead of how to do it. I can show, like, there's a couple sections that are like kind of done. The Crimson Unreal Manual, yes. You know, it kind of shows like getting started. Some little various tips. Basically just like throw yourself into the engine, pick up an asset pack like this one, for example. That's basically like, it just gives you a bunch of shit to play around with. Play around with it like Lego, and then I've also got like a dictionary that I'm going to work on. This is like, all of it's kind of like, I haven't worked on it in a really long time. But it goes through, okay, double jump, kind of like navigate some of the windows, and then putting in your own double jump. And just basically providing nodes to the player, and then teaching them like what to each do and that kind of thing. But I have not worked on this in a long time, so one day I will work on the Crimson Unreal Manual. I might dedicate like a couple hours every weekend to like work on it a bit, but I really don't care too much for teaching too much. Include how to disable everything Nanite and Lumen. DX11, Nanite off, Lumen off. VSM's off. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And then a couple console commands. That's it. Well, actually, I don't even think you need to do any console commands, honestly. Yeah. Really like how you planned that out? Yeah, and then it has like links to go to like, to read more and stuff like that. It's all in Notion though. All in Notion. I'm too lazy to like bother myself trying out the other like glorified notepads, because that's all this fucking is. It's a glorified notepad, honestly. There's just like some more formatting. Yeah. That's it. I thought it would be a neat way, because I always have people asking me, how do I get started with Unreal? And I'm like, okay, let me just make a fucking manual. And if a person doesn't want to follow it, then okay, skill issue. They probably just don't care about actually learning it. And that's not my fault. How do we get started with Unreal? Just throw yourself in there. Blood sacrifice. I've been using Obsidian, which is just basically Notion, but offline without the bells and whistles. I like the online aspect that you can do with Notion, because I can literally just publish a website. I can publish a page, and people can just go to it. Now, obviously, the domain is a bit like ridiculous. Tiny Buttercup. I think I can change some of that, but anybody can like view the site already, which is super cool. Doesn't require me to do any sort of like hosting or anything like that. Now, I'm sure Notion's probably using this in Subway to profit themselves, but that's fine with me. I don't really care. So, but anybody can go to this already, which is pretty cool. So, I think that's the neat part about it. You can get a free host on GitHub. I actually, my websites, my games websites right now are being hosted on... It's GitHub to... What's the website called? It basically like hosts websites for free. But my problem with it is if it reaches like 5,000 visits or some shit, or like 50,000 visits, it turns itself off. Which is ass. So I've been thinking about just send the link. No. I've been thinking of just using the godmodeinteractive.com domain for everything, and then any of the sub games just become like godmodeinteractive.com/the game, and then I'll just host it on like, I don't know, what's a good web hosting site these days for static websites? DDoSing Tiny Buttercup? No! No, not Tiny Buttercup 0E0. Netlify? Netlify is what I currently use. That's actually how everything's being hosted. That's how all of it is being hosted. But, of course, the free version has a limit, I believe. Yeah. What was the limit? I don't remember actually. Let me look. I don't know what this credit shit is. Deploys their bandwidth. It could be this actually. No, I'm pretty sure this. What is it? There is a limit somewhere here. Maybe it's the credits, actually. Maybe it somehow uses the credits as a way. Yeah, bandwidth and web requests. The thing is, it's a static site, so it doesn't have to do anything crazy, so... I use Google Domains. It gives you a workspace, too. Interesting. Google Domains. Huh. Oosh. Oosh. Oof, my back. What happened to me? I didn't even wake up poorly. I didn't do any, like, weird movements. What happened? I think it was those push-ups. Google Domains was bought by Squarespace, I think? Oh, no. Oh, no. Not good. I'm tired of giving so much money to big tech, though, not gonna lie. Hey, big tech be like, oh, yo, AI? Yo, what if we, like, remove the ability for users to have their own hardware and they gotta subscribe to it instead? Yo, oh my god! Oh my god! It's so funny. We go full circle. Tech used to be super inaccessible. Obviously, shitty computers. Then it became accessible. Then it's becoming non-accessible again. TV and shows, kind of not accessible because you had to be at the specific time. Then they allowed it so your box could record the show when it came on so you could watch it. Then we had Netflix. Now Netflix is dying. And they're making it so ads are back in Netflix and just becoming a fucking pain in the ass to watch anything. So guess what? Guess where we end up? Back at pirating. It's a big circle. It's a big Ouroboros. Yeah. Just keeps going in a fucking circle. It just never ends. Sailing the seven seas never changes. It's true. It's true. I really do think it's going to end up, like, tech is just going to end up going full circle again, where it's like companies find themselves not selling that much anymore. Or maybe it's a subscription thing is going to work so well for them that they're just going to go back at it. I saw some YAR websites that have better interfaces than Netflix or Paramount Plus. I really don't know how these big companies fuck up so bad with their UI. Like, why is their user experience so shit? They could literally pay anybody that's actually good at fucking doing it to do the job for them, but they don't. Are they like hiring the wrong person over and over again? I know Epic Games has a UX issue, but not sure if you responded to me. I'm back. What'd you say, Ben? Needs to be more on how to push past tutorials. To be honest, I've not watched a tutorial in a while and everything's broken. My biggest thing with this is I want the user to just kind of do their own thing a little bit. This just kind of nudges them in directions. I don't want to be too on the dot, and more so what I've tried to teach with this, or what I'm going to try to teach, is doing things yourself. And then being able to like figure out things yourself. Like, for example, right click and then using the search to kind of just look for stuff. Because I think that's a good way of learning. That's a good way I learned with Blueprints. Blueprints is great because you could just right click somewhere in a scene and look for nodes. Like, I never knew how to teleport the player, so I was like, okay, teleport. And then as you go along, you kind of like, you know, you kind of just start like learning things by looking through here. I wish C++ kind of had something like this. They kind of do, but not really, not to this extent. I'm sure there's probably a way of turning your C++ in something like this, but that'd be cool. Bro, they gotta have like, we gotta be able to do something like this in C++. I'd be able to learn a lot more C++. Their UI/UX peaked at the skip intro button. Oh my god, so true. Except sometimes that skip intro button doesn't actually even skip the intro, or like the button doesn't appear until like halfway through the intro, and then you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Yeah, Mr. Logan, I hope you're doing well, man. I haven't been able to keep up with everything going on. I've been too busy. But hope work is going well and whatnot. Okay. So now we just need to be able to set primitive components. Nothing interesting on the 4-letter side. I've been doing some comic book covers though for some creators. Oh, so you've been doing kind of like other commission stuff. That sounds cool, man. Hell yeah. You've been really in the book area, which is sweet. Would you make your own comic book? I find the best way to learn is really to have an idea and try to make it happen and learn things on the way. Yeah, I think a problem is that some people going into game development are just like, I just want to learn game development. It's like, no, try to make something. Like, strive to do something. You don't have like a project in mind, a direction in mind. You're just kind of like aimlessly just doing things just for the sake of doing it. I think that's a good advice. Stick to something and just aim for it. Even if it's the most stupidest thing, like an MMORPG, like that seems like a lot of people would be like, don't do that. At least it gives you a direction of like things to learn and work on. So, yeah. Oh, we're definitely gonna have monsters, Bullseye. The rats are just for the infestation. I don't have the patience for drawing things panel by panel. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Oh. Oh, my back. I don't know what happened. What happened to me? Why, God? Why? Oh, oh, oh. Eesh. Why must my back be in pain? Alright, next thing is fake light decals, electronic actors. Let's do, light emissive associated emissive meshes? Sure. Sure. Why not? Sure. Yeah, sure. Do you have an animated short I'm editing right now? Just released a trailer. We'd love to show you. Did an Unreal content nuke. Dude, DM me. Anywhere. Email me. Text message me. I don't even know if you have my number. Just anywhere. Send a bird with the URL. I'll check it out. You should add an offset to the rat animation so they aren't all moving at the same time. I actually did do that. They have a little bit of randomization. But they're not using any animations. It's all shaders. It's all just silly shaders making them hop up and down and shit. Yeah, where you going? In the dark hallway that looks really fucking spooky, there's another rat that also turned the corner. Oh. Gear. Huh. You should be able to walk on them and play a squash sound with blood. Dude, I don't think walking on these guys would kill them. They're kind of enormous. They're kind of big. Like, look how huge these units are. We need to stop their idle sound when they die, though. We also need to stop their, like, the tail effect. Oh, wait, he's not dead. Now he is. I opened the briefcase with the rat. This is definitely putting me on a list. I don't know what kind of list, but a list. The list. I got a sponge and a cube out of that. Wait, what? Wait, no, that should be able to stick in the wall. Come on. Ah, come on! What? Something's bugged out with my plunger. Ah, there we go. Something's weird with my plunger. I'm not happy about my plunger. The Ratatouille gang is coming after you? I'd love to make like a small chance where one of the rats has like a different voice. I feel like that'd be kind of... And I crashed the engine. Yeah! A chef hat? Oh, that'd be crazy. Like little random references could be kind of funny. A little chef hat is insane. All right, open this up. Open up the cabin manager. Now we got emissive meshes. So we need to do a get actors of class, static mesh actor. This is going to be another thing here. And then we need to clear them. I don't really know why we're clearing them, especially considering that we have an add unique, but... Tiny bomb attached to a rat with a clock like in Wanted. Oh, my back. Oh, laughing hurts. How dare you? Oh, God. What do you say to the new God of War trilogy remake? Apparently doing a new combat system. I'm going to be honest. I have not played the OG God of War games. I think I played a bit of the newest ones on like PlayStation. But yeah, I've not actually tried any of the old ones. So I guess it would be a good opportunity for me to try those old OG ones through the remakes. Are they remakes or are they remasters? Curious what changes they're going to make to the old ones. I feel like they probably go more hack and slashy with it, right? Can you eat the rat raw? Probably not raw. I am going to make it so you can cook them. I do have a portable portable stovetop on the modeling list. And pictures of rats. Maybe I should delete those. Maybe associating these two pictures next to each other is not the best idea. Anyways, just ignore that. Full on remakes from what we're hearing. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hopefully Sony doesn't absolutely just annihilate the studio. It's not funny. That's not funny. Literally not funny. Didn't Sony just kill a studio just recently? They killed the guys who made the Demon Souls remake. Straight shot him in the back. Brought him in the alleyway, be like, I have a proposition for you. And then they just shot them. Sad. Sad. Apparently they were tasked with the God of War online game, which got canned 2 years back. I don't even know why they would try to make a live service God of War game. That doesn't make any fucking sense. A live service God of War game does not make any sense. I think it was God of War. Yeah, I think it was. Why? Mr. Krabs money. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I get it to an extent with the business aspect, but at least like just make the studio make something good then. Just get them, task them with something good, not a fucking live service God of War game. That's crazy. Hey, you guys are great. Make this dog shit idea. All right. Oh, okay, we're gonna can that idea and then not give you anything else to do. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're gonna, by the way, disintegrate this entire studio. All of these extremely talented people, disperse, figure it out. You're on your own. They wanted to make that Concord money. I do think AAA has lost the sauce, you know what I mean? In terms of like what gaming really is about, you know? I feel like they did kind of lose, they kind of lost the plot. So we should have one emissive, which is the train main engine. Okay, save that. Now, when the lights go out, the emissive underneath should also go out with it. Okay, let's see. Okay, never mind. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I forgot to hook up the system. It's not even doing anything. I only hooked up the gathering function. Whoopsies. Oops. Oopsies. Whoops. Can I set custom primitive data based off of a name? So we have a charger because I'm pretty sure. I swear it has to be able to do it based off of a name. Set float. Oh, my back. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, we're so in. We're so in. Oh, we're so in. Only AAAs I'll consume is Rockstar Games and Bethesda slop. I love Todd too much to turn away from him. My opinion of Bethesda is... You're not gonna like this answer. I think they're too old-fashioned. I just don't think I like their games. I think Elder Scrolls is okay. I think it's okay. I don't really care for Fallout. I just don't care for the vibe very much. I don't really care for like that kind of apocalyptic retro kind of vibe too much. What other games have they made? I don't know, don't care. Yeah, honestly, I don't really care that much. I think they're overrated. Rockstar's okay. I just absolutely hate their tank controls, root motion based movement. I just hate it. You run into an interior. I still remember like playing GTA 5 on PS3 back in the day on any of the characters, and then you're inside of an interior and you're just running into all of the walls because you have really no control over your fucking character, which is great. Love that. And then I booted up Max Payne 3 to give it a try because people were telling me I should try it out. Because obviously Sufire has some inspiration for Max Payne, I suppose. It's diving. And dude, I didn't know Rockstar worked on Max Payne 3 and the controls. I did not like the controls. Oh my god. Maybe I'm not a real gamer. Maybe I'm just a hater. I think I'm just a certified hater. I think there is, like, what was a game that had really good root motion movement? Or it wasn't root motion movement, but it did movement in a way that it mixed it together and still gave you massive control over the character. Which game was it? I think it was third person. I don't remember. I don't remember. Witcher 3 player controls were also horrible. They even patch in alternative movement mode, which is now the default. That's just so funny, dude. The Arkham games, they do a pretty good job with the root motion. There was another game that I played that did root motion movement really well, or like they mixed it together. I don't remember which game it was. I think it was third person. I'm pretty sure it was third person. Was it Last of Us? It might have been Last of Us. It might have been Last of Us. Maybe. But I don't think so. Oh, maybe it might have been Last of Us. Last of Us is much better matching the Rockstar slop? Yeah. It might have been Last of Us that I actually felt like the movement and the controls were really good. And you still have like control over your character. But I feel like there was another third-person game that I played recently that had just really good animations, controls. Maybe Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 did feel pretty good. It's semi-recent. I do think it was Helldivers 2. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is great. Arc Raiders. Yes, actually, it was Arc Raiders. I think Arc Raiders has a mixed movement structure. Arc Raiders is really good. Arc Raiders is a really good controller setup. Just control setup and everything. Arc Raiders feels like Battlefront, which I love. Yeah, yeah. Very reminiscent of the newest Battlefront games. Arc Raiders is a really solid controller. I think it might have been Arc Raiders. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's control is done well. GTA just goes too far in the direction of like you're only implying where the movement's gonna go. You're only implying where it'll go. Gunplay feels great too, despite the guns being like shit. I think I think some of the guns are pretty good. But when I say the PvE, I was like really into the PvE. I thought the PvE was great. I think they did a good job of the game. I think the longevity though is the problem with Arc Raiders. For an extraction type game, you gotta have a little bit of like that hardcore element to it that I think like Tarkov has. Helldivers control scheme is just a simpler version of Metal Gear Solid 5's controls. Well, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Like, Red Dead 2 is also awful. Yeah, I get why people glaze Rockstar. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I get it. It's the fucking graphics. The horse has testicles that grows and becomes smaller based off of the temperature of the zone they're in. Yeah, dude, who fucking cares? Who gives a shit? What are you doing? Looking underneath your horse? Bro, stop it. What's wrong with you? Get therapy. I hope GTA 6 is going to lean a bit more into an arcade direction than RDR2. You fucking know they're not. You know they're not. You know the controls are going to be like a fucking tank. Like moving a tank around. Like, you know that shit's going to happen. You're going to join in the game and you're going to instantly run into a wall by accident because you have no control over your fucking character. You know what I hope? I hope they add a mechanic where if you run to a wall, you fucking ragdoll. Idea. Rage game, but it's GTA controls, but any misstep or running into a wall makes you ragdoll. There you go. You can accidentally skip. You can trip yourself over a rock. There you go. Yeah. Death Stranding, but on drugs. There you, yeah, hell yeah. Baby steps. Baby steps. Don't you control the legs with left click and right click? I'm saying like this is like natural WASD controls, but it's like the root motion's on drugs, and like the littlest tiniest thing could make you trip because you have no control over it, just like a Rockstar game. I don't know, I'm just a hater. I think I've learned I think I've learned anything that's super popular. No, that's not true. I like popular things too. Like there's certain things that I like that are popular. Maybe I'm just weird. Emissive. Okay, so let's test this. Let's test this, test it. Okay. If everything worked, the decal turns off and the emissive on the train. Yes. Yes. What the hell was that? Yes. The only problem now is they instantly turn on, which is kind of lame, but whatever. Hey, rat, where you going? Where are these motherfuckers going, man? Where you going? It's time to go. I don't know why they fall so slowly. The emissive turns off, and then the Unreal 5 artifacts turn on. The artifacts are pretty minimal in this project. Wait, is my distance field ambient occlusion turned off? I think it is. Oh no, it's turned on. What? I'm not seeing any of the weird ghosting. Oh, that's because my screen percentage is set to 100 right now. Once you lower that, you get some artifacts like this. Not fun. And then I have another console command that I need to adjust when I do that. Anyways, cool. The walls have a little bit more, they got a little bit more life to them. You know, having the side lights and everything. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, what? This rat, these two rats literally just walking in and out of the door. They just keep walking in and out. Can I kill a rat by blowing up my extinguisher? I don't think they get damaged by those things yet. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, we'll put those things in. Where'd you go? Ah. Oh. My body! Oh! What up, Golden? How's it going, brother? Oh. Oh, God. My back hurts. Now my chest hurts. Living hurts. Life is pain. You know what I got in the fridge, though? A sandwich. So, life is pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. I'm doing good. How about you? Well, my chest and my back hurts fucking horribly, so... Not so good, but like I said, I got a sandwich waiting for me. So I'm pretty fucking excited. We've run out of power. So we do need to work on the fuel system and make the fuel actually adjust the speed of the train. We haven't done that part yet. Once we do, we'll have a lot of the beginnings of our like actual gameplay loop in the game, which is good. Because then it forces you to actually look for items. My game is 90 wishes away from hitting 700 on Steam. Yes! Huge! Have you been doing any marketing for it, Golden? Oh yeah, we gotta put the record player in the back there. Yeah. The record player. Mr. Snotman, how do... We gotta put the shop system in the game, too. Also, I just found out that, dude, I watched the latest Repo devlog, and they're expanding their shops to have, like, secret rooms and shit, and I'm like, no! No, people are gonna think I'm copying their game, because I'm gonna put, like, secret rooms and shit and a whole, like, thing in my game. Oh, no! But maybe, because, you know, maybe that just means I'm going in the right direction. Because I gotta say, the Repo guys are fucking creative as shit, man. They're so creative. I don't know how they do it. Is it mushrooms? It's gotta be mushrooms, right? Like, how do they do it? I'm copying their game even more. No! The only difference is I'm going to be doing like a whole like sequential thing where it's like you open one room and then you can open another thing. It's the Sweden air. I got to get myself some of that. I do kind of want to visit Sweden. It'd be nice. I kind of want to visit a bunch of Scandinavian places. Visit Denmark because I got that Danish blood. Sweden would be kind of nice. Hold on. I got this. Hold on. Hold on. Watch this. Shit. I've been talking with friends and creators in my circle. I've also been talking with other devs as well. I would definitely get started on, when you have a chance, get started on posting on TikTok, Golden. I think it's nice, and even today, some of my TikToks are still, for some reason, getting attention. All it needs is that one clip to, like, really launch things. It helps a bit. I think the thing with TikTok, though, is it's not about, like, getting wish lists. It's about getting that one YouTuber to notice it. And then that one YouTuber, I feel like, can make a huge difference. That, dude. Alright, fine. It's not meant to be. It was not meant to be. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited to, like, kind of expand this whole station, make, like, little areas that you, like, permanently unlock. I feel like that'd be sick. And then, obviously we'll have other stations that do different things, too. Like, there'll be, like, an underground tunnel station as well, which should be pretty sick. That'll look awesome. And then as you play the game, you, like, go into different stations. So it'll be pretty cool. Each failed one shot on the hoop equals 1 day of monster creation? No! No! You can't do this to me! Putting the lights on the walls actually added a lot of life to... I gotta say, it added quite a bit of life to the ship. Or not the ship, the engine room. We're still missing some elements, though, I gotta say. You know one thing I think I'm noticing? The roof is all linear in one direction. Even the vents are linear in one direction. We need some stuff going left to right. You guys notice that? It's all very one directional. But we still got rats on the damn engine. Look at this fucker. Look at him. We need some stuff going left to right, I think. I'm noticing that now. Maybe some pipes and shit. Some pipes and shit, you know? Maybe a pipe going this way. Watch the pictures of real engine rooms to take inspiration. The thing is, like, real engine rooms are, like, they're real, right? Like, so they're designed completely differently from what I'm trying to kind of do. Where is... do I not have a reference? Where are they? Yeah, see, like... It's usually very small and whatnot, so the way we're doing things is going to be very different. Obviously, it's going to be very different. Are the cables interactive? They're not. No, there's no gameplay element assigned to these. The pipe here can burst, and then you have to close it, and that can spawn at any point in the pipe. But not the cables. We have these cables, or this, like, electrical box. But, yeah, the cables don't have any... Those are just very primarily environment art. Yeah, I think we slap some pipes on the ceiling. Maybe we slap a pipe here. That goes from left to right. Maybe it like enters the top of here. That could be kind of sick. Maybe it curves over here. Or maybe just enters the wall. I don't know. Pipe. Oh, does this not have a material? Sounded like the pig from Minecraft. The only problem I have with putting a pipe here is, well, it's the fact that it might block the screen. Our infamous status screen. Do I have a medium? I do. I do have a medium pipe. The curve pipe has incorrect normals. Of course it does. Thank you, Unreal. Thank you, Unreal. You know, Mozzie, how's it going? Okay. We're gonna have to see how much this messes with visibility. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Cool. Okay, sick. The only thing now is it's going into the cable. Well, shit. Are we gonna have to create like some S curve kind of thing? I think we are. Might look weird, but we do what we can. If anything, maybe that makes it look more, more train-like. Pipes are cool. I'm a big pipe connoisseur. That doesn't sound right. Big fan of pipes. Love pipes. Now, should I make the pipe go into the wall? Or do I maybe curve it down here? Of course. These also have incorrect normals. Of course they do. We could make it curve down. If we want to get real crazy with it. It is a little too close to the light there, though. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this idea. Put it next to the other pipe. Look at that. It's even aligned. Okay, that's not too bad. And now we have a little bit more of a vertical break off, which actually looks pretty good, I'd say. Not building a PCG pipe system. You know, past me would go on a tangent of making an entire pipe system. Spend a week. Okay, to be fair, not a bad idea. Would probably save me a lot of time in the future. The hell was in here? Nothing? That's lame. That looks cool. That solves a lot of our ceiling problem. Just for one room. We could use it across the entire train. Like, other trains do need pipes as well. And we do need more pipes in other places too, so it's not like a one-off situation, necessarily. You also know the gauge and flow rate of your pipes. I know the flow rate of your mother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Get over here. You're getting in the furnace. No, I don't know what the flow rate of the pipe is. I don't even know what the pipe's for. It's just a pipe. Have you ever wondered, like that one YouTuber who like investigates certain things? I'm pretty sure pipes was one of his subjects. Like, what do the pipes do? Where do they go? I'm pretty sure he looked at that for a game. I don't remember which game it was, but... Yeah, Any Austin. Yeah. How many trees are there in Skyrim? Do you think you'd make a video on this game? Starfield? Was it Starfield that he looked into the pipes? How many polygons are on RE8's big lady ass? That's not right. That ain't right. There was a dude who tracked all the electricity poles in GT4. Is that the same person? Yes. Yeah, that's the same person. Same guy. Such a good, like, content idea, though. It really is. You look into the most craziest things that you, like, randomly ask yourself, you know, while playing a game. Okay, I'm liking that. That's actually a really good addition. I'm actually a big fan, huge fan, enormous fan, actually. Do I have my vents in here? I don't. I just have the pipes. But why just pipe? Wait, no. Wait, I do. Wait, hold on. Enable static mesh only. I swear. Oh no, I don't. It's a part of the train itself. That's stupid. I'm so silly. Silly goose. Maybe the blocking starter pack has a thing for like a vent. Decoration. Simple plug. Simple switch. Toilet paper. Okay. That's not it. I don't think that's what I want. Nice rats. Thank you. We are the rats. Rats, rats. We are the rats. Bed double. Boat. Book. Bucket. Maybe the game needs a bucket. Have we thought about that? Have we thought about adding a bucket to the game? I'm looking for like a vent. Like a little air duct vent kind of thing that could be used as like an additional detail. Radiator. Maybe, maybe. Yes. Maybe. When are we going to test with chat? I don't even have most of the game working. I don't even know. Really good question that I do not have the answer for. What if we put 2 radiators on the wall? You know what? I think that's the thing the walls are missing. Just different materials. Different types of materials to break up the walls. I think that's the big thing right now about the walls. Rats, rats, we are the rats. This looks cooler from the front. I just wish the power wasn't out. And it looks cool in the dark, like the pitch black, which is what we kind of want most of our game to be around this. It's just because we're in the tunnel that it got dark. A fan might be a good ceiling addition. Yeah, maybe more moving parts is our problem, actually. Maybe we need some more, like, moving parts in the scene. Yeah, panels for sure. I was even thinking, like, a panel here. A panel here. Maybe a little air duct over here. Could be sweet. Some screen space GI. A driver's seat could be interesting. Yeah, a little chair. Yeah, some moving parts. Maybe, yeah, pistons. I like that idea of pistons. Like, the gears here are cool. I think we should do more stuff like that. But this is an actual gameplay element. What could we have that's kind of moving around in here? Like, a fan could be cool. Would it make sense in a space like this, or should it be like a tiny fan? You mean like a tiny fan, or are you talking like a big ceiling fan? Steam from the vents. We do have some stuff here. We could always do some more stuff there. Some tiny fans. Lights from the ventilation. Ooh. Bigger ones to match up with the ones you have on the roof. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Isn't there a way of selecting every other? Select pattern? Selection, view selected, box select mirror, select loop inner region. I think it's a plugin. Fuck! I remember there's a way to checker deselect. Oh, it's this. Check or deselect. And then select loops. Wait, no, select loop. Aha! Yes! Good, good. Checker. Good call. Good call. Good comms. Good comms. Let's do that again. Okay. Dude, this is a fucking jet engine, bro. We don't need it to be this big. Okay, select this. Alt E? No, no. Yeah, there we go. Small circle fan. Am I gonna do the fan as a texture? Yes. Basically using the one that's here. Yeah, I'm just trying to see, how is this gonna look? Well, I guess we'll find out. Small circle fan. Let's just see. Let's just see what it's gonna look like. Environment. Let's call these greebles, or what the hell are they called in? I don't know. Details. Train details. I don't know if I necessarily call this a greeble, but you know. So catwalk is just our regular. There you go. Metal. Fan. Metal again. I kind of like it because it's like right next to the radiator. And it also adds a little bit of asymmetry versus the other side. Let's do it, but like flatten it a bunch. And then let's make it so the wall, the surrounding material in the wall is on the exterior of this. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a window fan. It's like bringing in extra airflow. And then we can have one in the ceiling. And that'll break things up a little bit on the ceiling. Where would we want it? Maybe in this corner here? Now, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to do a light for it. A light would be cool. It's just we'd have to make it masked or something. Or give it like a fake material or something. I think it's fine. I think it adds a little bit of movement. You can see the movement is very subtle. I think we could put another one. Do you want to do both sides? No, I think just one corner. Maybe even just this corner? No, this corner. Because we already have a detail on that side. Okay, we got a little bit more movement going on. You can make a cube-shaped housing for it. You could place it along the pipe route as well. Like, you mean like inside of the pipe, or... Hold on, hold on. Or do you mean along the cables? Dude, these rats, bro. I'm gonna get a flamethrower. This already feels a lot more lively. I think all it needed was just more details on the walls. Like, look at this. This is already, I'm liking, dude, hey. This is looking pretty good. A converter unit? Ooh. Now you're talking my language. What could we... I think that's just a part of the train. Let me see if I just have some random fucking mesh, though, just so we can slap it there. Display panel, new. Bedroom, new. Architecture, new. Industrials? No. Wrong. Primitives. No. Pipes. There's a pipe draining, which could be kind of cool looking. But... see if I can find some kind of like electronic. Something that could fit. I think I did see like an air conditioning unit in here somewhere. That we could use. Should be detailed enough to work. Somewhere. Somewhere in here is thing that want. Guess we could always just use the radiator. No, but it needs to be thick enough. We could always just scale it up. No, I swear there's an air conditioning unit in here that I can use. Where is it? Where are you? Show yourself. Or don't. Okay, fuck you. Asshole. Let's try... There's something in here that I was like, oh, maybe that could work. Just scale it up. The circle doesn't really help us. Why you gotta have a circle, man? Maybe... Isn't there another thing down here that I saw? Ooh, valve support could actually... That could look pretty cool. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, I think we got something. Yes. Just give it a random metal material. Cool. Yeah. The node network puzzle. Yeah, this stuff is like very placeholder stuff at the moment. This will probably go through its own paces as well. Because this is going to be throughout the game. It's not going to be just in this train. In fact, it might not even be in this train. I just have it in here so I could test it out. So who knows what's going to happen to that. Actually, let's make this the train main. And then the other elements will be metallic. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't. What about train wall? Wait, is that actually what the color of it is? What the fuck? It is. It's the same. It's almost... It's just because the lighting makes it look so beige. That's kind of funny. Oh, I put that in the wrong level. Doofus. How big is this sphere? Oh, pretty big actually. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of like the similar color. Because if I make it too metallic, it looks kind of cheap. It looks a little cheap. Like even the vents are a little cheap looking. They might need like an extrusion outward. Because it kind of looks how they're just, kind of looks weird how they're sticking out. Oh wow, is that actually what that looks like? Oh, interesting. There's an intrusion there. Oh. This is actually cut out in the ceiling. I did not know that. This is already looking pretty cool. I'm already digging the inside here. I think what we could do for like the floors is add little like floor details, like random little dirt and shit. That could look kind of cool. The walls we could put some panel cutouts. That'll look pretty sick. Yeah. 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 Uh-oh. I think I have a way of stopping that. I don't. Oh. Oh no. Oh well, whatever. Who's gonna notice that it's bobbing up and down because the train is moving? No one will notice. It's fine. You know what would be cool is putting like little papers that fly around and shit. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those little papers just to show that there's airflow going through it. That would look kind of cool. Simple wind node. That might do the trick, honestly. Simple wind node might just do the trick. Let's try it. Ideally, I'd want to actually put the grate texture in, which it might be actually. Nope, just kidding. That was a lie. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's fill it with black. And then let's get some vertex colors here. Actually, I want much less than that. Okay. It's easy to make a game in Unreal Engine or Unity and UU code. I do everything. I do a little bit of everything. Is it easy? Is it easy? Well, is it easy? I don't know if I'd say it's easy. It was easier than it was in 93, maybe. True, yes. It's easier than it was those years ago when you needed to literally know every technical thing ever. Definitely, I would say much easier than those days. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say easy. You know, how easy is it to build a house? Not saying it's like building a house, but it's kind of like building a house because there's like a lot of things associated with building the house, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, I'd say try it out. Try it out. What's the worst that could happen? You explode? I don't know. Like, well, maybe. That would probably be the worst, but that would probably wouldn't happen during. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, try it out. Give it a try. Yeah, it's like building a house. Yeah, yeah. You got the electricals, you got the foundations. You know, just a lot of things that could go wrong. Lots of things could go wrong. Let's just say that. Been using Unity. I'm just horrible at C#. Yeah. I tried out Unity first when I was first trying game development, like 12 years ago. Unreal was a bit easier to get into, and I know a lot more like programming fundamentals now because of Blueprint, but there is a lot. Again, I think game development in general is just a lot. What about Godot? You could always try Godot. Could always try Godot, definitely. Let's make it yellowish paper. Kind of yellowish, yeah. Yeah. And then let's try just simple wind for now. I don't know how well it will work. Okay. I don't remember what sets the direction on it. I do not remember. I don't know what additional WPO is. Let's see. Oh, it uses a rotate about axis. Interesting. Additional WPO is the position. Let's just give it a try. What? That doesn't make any sense. Current post videos on YouTube? Yeah, sure, bud. Listen, I will one day post YouTube videos again. You know what? I don't know if I actually like the simple grass wind look. Because it has this like very specific pattern to it. Do you guys see like how it goes? It's looking like it's going through like a specific sine wave. Okay, I'm back. How'd you even think of adding that? What, the paper? Did I add one on the top? I did, didn't I? Why does it look like it's half-sized? I think it's because it is half-sized. Something has gone terribly wrong. Oh, because we scaled it down on the Z. How'd you even think of the paper idea? Would have probably forgotten such details. I don't know. I just kind of, you know, throw it in and then. The cubes that you're using, is it for animation for the fans or the input color textures? These are just like, they're just planes. They're simple ass planes, nothing too crazy. Yeah. The details is what makes it friendslop 2.0. Well, it's just, I don't know, it's just a fun little detail. I don't think we need this. I think what we need... Which direction is this again? Is this panner not running through time? Hello? Oh, it's not. Oh, there's no Y because there is no Y. It's on X. Oh no! I'd have to change the papers to not be facing upwards. Actually, you know what? That's not too. No, that's pretty bad. Well, it's not too bad. It's pretty bad. They're freaking out, man. They're freaking out. Okay, let's just do this instead. Let's just get a random noise. My live every day, every weekday. You know what? It's got a bit of a friend sloppy look to it, which I kind of like. Big fan. It's every day, bro. Oh, God. Oh, God. That do got a bit of a friend sloppy vibe to it. I'm a big fan. And for some reason, it kind of looks like the timing is stepped. Which looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a fan. Only problem now is the value is only 0 to 1, which means it's not going in negative values. So we need black to be -1, and we need white to be 1. So we can... if I minus it by 1, 1 becomes 0. So let's multiply it by 2. And subtract it by 1. So 0 becomes 0. 2 becomes 1. Yeah, okay. This is the way. Looking super friend sloppy? Oh yeah, it's looking real friend sloppy. Oh yeah, it's looking real friend slop. Let's actually use water. But because the main value is black, it's like shit. Yeah, maybe not water. Water, you failed me. You failed me for the last time. How about smoke? Oh yeah, smoke, you're in. Smoke is in. Now, what would be kind of cool is if it's on a wall, it would be cool if they, also noticing that their distances are too similar to each other. You got to go to the edge because you're too close to the center. Water always fails me. That's why I only consume soda. Soda. Yeah, it would be cool if there was a little bit of physics, huh? You know what I mean? We can easily simulate that by adding a bit of Z to it. The only problem is if we do that is these are going to be tall. Who gives a shit? Watch this. Oh yeah. Well, no, that doesn't. Maybe just a very minimal amount. I can feel the wind. I can fucking feel it, man. I can feel it. And then we add a sound effect to it. Oh my god, I can feel it, dude. Holy balls. Oh my god. I don't have a sound for this. I don't have a sound for this. Wait, no, I do have a sound for this. Like the fan ones on the top. Fan. What? Air. What? No. No. What? The hell did I call it? Maybe I used the starter content one. I think I did use the starter content one. Where the fuck is this sound effect? What are you? Q medium motor loop? It's not playing anything. Okay. 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 Edit. Paste here. Oh. The collision of this is probably not very good. Oh, wait. Not very good, but whatever. Okay, now we change the attenuation settings. Override. We only want this to, like, you're, like, focusing on it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want it to be too loud. Except for this one. Maybe we can make this one slightly louder. Am I making a new task or just decorating? Oh, just decorating. Just a little bit of decorating. A little bit of ambience. A little bit of vibes. You know how it goes. This train was lacking in the vibes department. Any other... I think we're good. All right. Turn off the music. Someone tell me, why is the thing bobbing up and down? Whatever, fine. Look at them papers. It gives it a bit of life. That's cool as hell. Big fan. Oh, great. The grate is also moving. Should we raise the pitch on the tiny fans? Oh. Yeah. Where is the pitch multiplier? This one, tiny bit. These? Yes. Am I working on this alone? Currently, yes. Currently, yes. Yeah, I think adding little ambient sound effects, good call, huge call. How do I end up doing the rats? They're just little pawns with some floating pawn movement, and then all of their movement is done in their shader. You get out of here, man. What you doing? Time to go. You're going in the furnace. You are fuel. Yeah. How are you doing, Julian? I feel like a lot of horror games is just a shit ton of ambience. Like sound effects, weird creaky sounds and shit. Yeah. Cool. We got a little bit more movement. It's feeling a little bit more lively in here. I think we could get some more movement in here. You know what I mean? Okay, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean the gear turning off. Okay, I like the idea of pistons moving, but where would we put pistons moving? Great, doing great, doing some animation, hell yeah. You love to hear it. Oh, you know what I was thinking of doing? I had an idea, a goofy idea, for like a task board, where if you have like additional tasks to complete, this would be the spot for the task board. Right here! Right here! With like pins and shit. I was hoping it'd be larger, but the pipe kind of took up some space now. Maybe we moved the pipe. Is that not what the computer's for? Well, yeah, we could make it a computer, but yeah, but like having some stuff that's like analog, you know, it's always kind of nice, right? Like, and it's like right here, and it's like, you know. And they're like side task stuff. It's kind of like side task. Wait, hold on. What's the group button? Oh, Control G. Okay, there we go. Doesn't the computer show your tasks? That shows things breaking in the train. These would be an additional like random mechanic that you can choose to do for like additional income. These are like things that are breaking on the train, like the status of the train. Someone had a cool idea where it's like you could bring items from one station to the next. I think it'd be cool to have a little like bulletin board where it's like, hey, you can optionally do this for some more income if you wanted to. I feel like that would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of sick. there an engine room? This is the engine room. I still have to put some little details in here, but yeah, this is technically the engine room. We'll probably do more details over time, make the furnace look more like a furnace. Yeah. I cannot wait to make it so if you, like, we have a hit sound when you run into something. I want to make it so if you hit metal, it just goes dong. You run and jump into metal, you just hear dong. Like a pipe. Like you hit your head into it. It should also make you ragdoll. I feel like that'd be kind of funny. Yes, I'm big fan of ideas. Big fan of ideas. Anyways, this is looking pretty lively. Good stream. We need a little bit more little moving stuff in the room. I love the moving elements. I think the moving elements is sweet. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the moving elements. Maybe we could put a couple pistons here in that thing. I like the idea of the pistons. I think that'd be sick. Where's the store? How does it look right now? I have not adjusted anything with the store. Here, let's just quickly speed up. Look at the rat just going in circles. Yeah, the store has not changed at all. You can sell items still. You cannot buy items yet, though. We don't have any buying yet. So you can still sell things. It goes in the corner there. You can see we have 5 credits now. But buying is not a mechanic yet. It's still on my to-do list. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. Anyways, on that note, goodbye. I'll see you guys, I might do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see. But if I do not, have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out. Good stream. Very good stream. I am loving the look of this. Like, look at this. It's looking more kind of chaotic, which I think is perfect for an engine room. And there's a rat. Just fucking doing stupid shit. He's spinning in circles like an idiot. Idiot. But yeah, chat, take it easy. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. All right. All right. Okay. Goodbye. See you later.